Hey, it's Matty, and I'm back again with another update for my garage conversion video. In the last few videos, we managed to get to the point where the framing is up on the walls, the foam insulation is in place, and there's even plasterboard going up and being screwed into position. The last few days, I've been making sure that all the little fiddly bits have been finished off, like the bits around the door, screwing these into position and making sure that everything is in the right place. This looks really easy, but it's actually very hard to try and get everything lined up and perfectly straight. This is going to be my office space as well as a working garage, so it doesn't matter too much because I think some of these panels here I'm going to end up covering up anyway so that I don't knock into them as I bring bikes and other items through into my garden. Finishing off this section here around the door was actually really satisfying, although it did take a little while to do. I'm not the best skilled at this, I was kind of learning on the job, but hopefully you can see how my feelings were about finishing off this one particular corner. Making sure that the rest of the room had plasterboard covering it and using all the plasterboard fixing screws that I had to make sure that everything was in the wall was really satisfying, as now it really looked like a room. It's got walls, it's got power, it's got lights, so I was feeling pretty good around this point. And then of course I had to go and fill in all of the screw holes using a little bit of filler to make sure that everything is nice and flush when I paint over it. This was quite a back-breaking task, especially as I had to do all of the screws in the ceiling as well. Definitely one to do on a stepladder, not on your tiptoes as I did. And it was time to really start finishing things off and to head on down to the shop of many things and buy myself a door. It was really important that the frame for the door was nice and straight. As you've probably seen in my other videos, the frame for this door was a little bit crooked due to the fact that it had either been left out in the rain or it had got really cold at one point, so things had gone all a bit funny. The best way to fix that was by adding a couple more buttons into the stud wall that we'd made. This then could line everything up and make sure that the wood was then pushed back into position, but it does mean though that I am going to need to thicken out this door frame a little bit to make sure that the door really fits in nice and snugly. Found it easy to put the door into the right sort of position and then cut it down to size, and then starting to chisel out the section where the hinges are. You can fit a door without doing this, but I really wanted things to look nice and flush, so I added the extra pain for myself of chiseling out the space for the hinges to go. I was working with my father-in-law here because he's had a lot of experience at fitting doors, and I've only ever done one, badly. So using some of his experience, I was able to fit a door that you can see magically fits into the gap. So there's just one tiny bit left over to plasterboard here and insulate, and as I said, I need to thicken out the door frame just to make sure that everything fits into place and I'm not going to be haunted by the crooked frame. So really exciting, I can finally close the door on the project and separate the garage completely. More updates coming soon.